Last time on Gaming Through the Ages, I played Pac-Man from 1982 on the Atari 5200, which had the best in-game music, even though it was only just intro music, that we have ever heard so far in Gaming Through the Ages. Our goal was to eat all the pellets on the screen without the ghosts touching us, which overall was very easy. As fun as this game was, however, it was a high score-based game that expected players to repeat the same goal over and over of eating all the pellets for as long as possible to get the highest score, making this an endless game of endurance, which got old quite fast. We also compared the Atari 5200 version of Pac-Man to the Atari 2600 version, which showed that the 5200 version had far superior graphics and sound, but overall was less successful due to its poor controller. Welcome to Gaming Through the Ages, the series where we take a look at games from many different genres and consoles through time, from 1975 to now in chronological order. Once we reach modern times, we start back at 1975 and explore a different group of games. Viewers of this series were given the opportunity to pick any 1983 game made for the ColecoVision, Atari 5200 or SG-1000. As always in this series though, yet another game for the Atari console was picked, Mario Bros. This game is the third game in history to feature Mario. In this game, Mario the Carpenter and his brother Luigi have discovered that the water pipes in their house are blocked with crawling creatures. If Mario can't get rid of them, then him and his brother will never be able to have a bath again. Crazy story, right? And no, I'm not making it up. I read it right out of the 5200 manual that came with the game. Anyway, let's check it out. Okay, here we are ready to play Mario Brothers, or Mario Bros, whatever you want to call it. This is great, we've got another title screen. As I said in the last episode, these just really make you feel welcome to the game, especially when they've got options on the screen. For example, you can change if you want a one-player or a two-player game, but we're just going to be doing a one-player game today. So, do you know what's really annoying? You've got that really cool tune at the beginning of this game, just like you do in Pac-Man, but then as you play the game, it's just silent. There's no background music, which is kind of like, oh, I was expecting, you know, some cool background music. Anyway, what you are looking at is shell creepers walking around. And what I've got to do is punch the floor below them, and then they flip onto their backs. And once they flip onto their backs, I've got to quickly go over to them before they flip back on their tummies, like that, and keep going. So these are pests, they're stuck in these pipes. And this is a really sad story. If we do not get rid of all these pests, oh dear, you know what? Mario is never going to be able to have a bath again. Who comes up with this storyline? Look, if you're worried about never having a bath again because there's some pests in your pipes, you can move houses, Mario. Why would you stay in the same house? And look at the violence in this game. Jump up, punch the floor so hard that it makes that thing go on its back, then kick it off the stage to kill it. Talk about violence here, and they say today's games are violent. Ugh. Now, if you actually touch one of these creatures, you die. You cannot jump on their backs like you can in Super Mario Brothers and so on. This is a little different in the olden far out. I've just died. As you can see, I've died 2 times so far. So I've only got 3 lives left at the top of the screen there. Now, I'd really better kill all of these. Yay! And then you get on to the next stage. Now, we're going to keep playing this game. It is a high score based game. We are going to play it until we've seen all the enemies. So this is just the first type of enemy right now, the shell creeper. There's 4 types of enemies in total. These ones are a pretty easy enemy to defeat because all you have to do is basically hit them once. I've got 2 lives left now. Oh my gosh. You've just got to hit them once underneath and then kick them, so that's pretty easy. There's more challenging ones that require you to hit them twice. Some that jump up and down, so it's really hard to get them. Now, the hardest thing about this game for me, oh nuts, is the physics. In the current Super Mario games and stuff, you know that if you jump up in the air, like, if I jump, you can actually, while you're in mid-air, turn your body, which is actually incorrect physics-wise. That should not be a... Whoa, crud. That should not be a reality. You should not be able to jump in midair and go, yep, well, I'm in midair, I'm going to change the direction of my jump in midair. In this game, you can't. If you jump one direction in midair, you've got to keep falling that direction until you land. Like, you can't just go, oh, I'll jump this way. Oh, I want to go back down. Like, I should not be explaining things to you. I'm losing all my lives. Now I've got one life left. Okay. But anyway, the physics in this game make it really, really challenging. It's much harder than the current Mario games. Anyway, I'm going to stop explaining things to you guys, because as I explain things, I'm dying, so... Now this one, I'm going to explain to you. I have got 20 seconds to collect all the coins, so let's see if I can do this. The thing about this is that although it is a game played on a single screen, which... Seriously, a single screen in this era, not good. Although it is one, it kind of has different phases, different levels. I didn't get all the coins. Like, for example, now we've got a new type of enemy that's come, and you kind of feel like you're progressing in a... This is my last life. You feel like you're progressing. Anyway, this is the new enemy type. This is called... Oh, are we even going to make it to the fourth enemy? These are called the sidesteppers because they step sideways. What a unique name. Now let's talk about the graphics. Mario himself is a full-coloured sprite. He's got... And this is good, we're seeing multicoloured sprites very often now. I mean, single-coloured sprites are quite rare at this point. Oh, yeah. Oh no! I mean, sure we... That scared the heck out of me, that fire coming in. Sure, the fire is a single-coloured sprite, but like all the enemies here, pretty much everything here is a multicoloured sprite except for those fire things. I mean, Mario is... The floor is a multicoloured sprite, the pipes are multicoloured sprites. Like, pretty much everything here is multicoloured sprites. Anyway, you may notice we've got these enemies again, but in this level we've got a combination of both enemies, both the shell creepers and the sidesteppers. Oh, these names. Now, Mario, his job occupation is far out. Thank goodness I got an extra life there, but now I'm back on 0 lives again. His job occupation just keeps on changing, like, here in this game he's a carpenter, but he's also a plumber in a different variation of this game, in New York pipes, but... This is really challenging, I can't even talk. But in this particular one, he's a carpenter. Right. I almost died there. I'm just going to get rid of some of these things. I need a breather. Oh, this game has got me on the edge of my seat. Now, I do like platformer games, and this, as you know, is a platformer game. But, unfortunately, the physics are really putting me off this game. And now I'm on fire and I have just died. So you only really get music in this game if you start the game or you die. It would be nice to have some background music. Anyway, I'm going to try that again. I'll just quickly, rapidly get up to where I was before, and then I'll keep showing you the game from there. We can see a third type of enemy. Now these are called Fireflies. You can only hit these when they land like that, and then you flip them over. They only take one hit, but they're pretty hard to get. I have a feeling we're going to see the fourth enemy on this level. Where is it? There's a Firefly. Yes, here it is, the fourth enemy. What is that stuff? Well, in the version I used to play, they turn the ground into ice. No! Well, we've seen all the enemies, we've seen the content of this game, what it has to offer. so we might just finish it up there. So where to next from here? The year in the next episode will be 1984, which introduced yet another third generation video game console, the Super Cassette Vision. This thing had a resolution of 256 by 256 pixels and had a total of 16 colours and support for up to 128 sprites. Feel free to pick a game for this console in the next episode, made in 1984. Remember, however, that now is also your last chance to pick a game for the ColecoVision and Atari 5200, as from 1985 we will only be focusing on the third generation video game consoles. Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode of Gaming Through the Ages.